Just hanging out, doing some work. Thought I'd come on and see if anybody's kicking about. It's been a really, really odd day. Feeling for some friends of mine. Feeling for my friend Dan. Praying that everything's going okay at his end, and for my wife Maria, hoping she's doing okay. She lost a good friend today. It's a tough day. So I will post a link if anybody wants to join. Hey, non-fam, how you doing tonight? Let me find a link here. I'm just kicking back. Thought I'd pop on and not doing anything special. Setting up some lights, setting up a few prints. I got a few jobs I got to get printing. So I figure rather than sit down here alone and with the TV in the background, I'll sit down here and just have the computer on in the background. Yeah, that was rough, man. I'm hoping everything's going okay with him. I haven't seen anything since his last follow-up, so that just sucks. Man, I cannot imagine what he's going through. So, but he knows he's got a lot of support in his family on here, so hopefully that's helping him get through. But nothing's gonna help until he gets his wife home, and I think that's the number one goal for him right now. I'm trying to figure out where I get the link to put in the chat if anybody wants to pop on here. Let's see. Guests. There's got to be a way to do this, unless I just copy the link up above. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah. And then my wife today messaged me. She's from Jamaica, and she had a friend of hers that she's known for a long time, young guy in his 30s, died of a heart attack today. They don't know if it's COVID related or what's happening, but yeah, she got the news. His dad went in and saw him in his bathroom, in his bedroom, labored breathing, and then not much longer after that, boom, he was gone. So let me see if I can figure out how this works. Man, I should know how to post a link for somebody to pop on here with me, but yeah, I think it would be easy. You would think. Let me find it. I wonder if this is it right here. We'll try something here. Let's see if that's it. I don't know now. All I do is copy and paste the link I'm on, but I don't know if that's the actual link. So if I pop over here and click that link, let's see if it lets me enter my own broadcast. It does. Now, can I fool it? I'm going to try something that I've not tried before, because that's just what I feel like doing. Let's see if I do that. and go there. Now, do I have to give myself permission to enter? Look at that, I do. I can add a second camera to the stream. Oh, is that ever cool? I can add my overhead camera. So basically what I did is I joined my own stream with a different camera view. Interesting. That's quite cool. You know, the broadcasting part or the going live on here, I mean, yeah, it was tough at first, and you know, it's like the nerves come into play, but that part's easy to get over with. It's almost like public speaking. You know, once you've done it a couple times, it's not a big deal. But it's the software. It's mastering this software that's taxing on the brain sometimes. So learning the best way to do things. So. Okay, I don't need to have that overview necessarily. I was just experimenting and playing, so let's get rid of that. Remove, look at that. There we go, just like that. And then I go into the second window. Important your audio was removed. My audio was removed? No. Got it. I think I just removed myself. I think my audio's still on. Hopefully the one person, I think that's you, non-fem, that's there, can hear me. There we go. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm logged in as myself. There we go. I removed the wrong one. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. I just don't know how to remove that. Anyways, that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Anyways, I've got, I picked up a few lights. The overhead light that I had on here, which I'll turn on now, that was just too harsh. And sometimes on camera it would do a little bit of a warbly thing. It did that on my first live stream, and it was really, really distracting. So I picked up a set of these type. Let me switch the camera view here. I picked up a set of these little guys at, come on, why isn't it letting me do that? I think I messed myself up. I think I messed myself up by adding that second viewer. Anyways, I should be able to switch cameras. Come on. There we go. Yeah. So I picked up a set of these overhead type lights like that are on the boom stands. There's 3 of them, but I've just got the one of them on right now. And it seems to be a lot, it's nicer. It's not as harsh because it's got that cover over the softbox. So I got 2 more of them. Oh, this is cool. The bulbs that came with this thing. I think it was like $100 bucks. $100 for the set of 3 with the boom arms and all the hardware. But the impressive thing is the bulbs that came with this thing. I've never seen anything like these, but I guess this is studio lighting these days. But look at the size of that. I mean, I have a big hand, and that is a big bulb. So, but it does a good job. It lights it up nicely, and yeah. And that's just with one light on so far. So I'm thinking I'm going to put another one back over in this area. Or, yeah, I don't know. I used to do, I was a photographer years ago, and I used to have all the studio lighting and everything, and I kind of knew what I was doing. But, yeah, it gets away from you if you don't do it all the time. And so I just have to figure out the best way to set up lighting down the road. So, anyways, got to get a couple more prints going. So, just gonna leave this running while I do this. And if anybody wants to hop on, you're more than welcome to. Well, those popped up easier than I thought. They don't usually come off that easy. This is off of the Flash Footage Creator 3. I've got a lot of orders for these I call them the contactless COVID keys. It's these, let me just pop this on. Yeah, it's orange and green, and it's actually, oh, so it's these things here. Basically, what it is it's a thing. I keep one on my belt buckle on a retractor, and then you use it to open doors, use it to push buttons, you carry bags with it, et cetera, et cetera. So I've got the company up here I'm working with. They sell face masks online, and they're doing extremely well. And I just happened to show them one of these one day, and gosh, I've probably done. I'm approaching 1,000 of these things I've sold to them. So, and they're selling like hotcakes, and with the holiday season coming up there in malls and stuff. So, I'm literally printing these on 2 printers at my office right now, and a couple Anycubics. And so I just started printing them on the Flash Forge here because I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 up on the plate. So, and I'm just printing nonstop, and they're buying them nonstop. So, and I'm making decent money on these things. I wholesale them for. I'm not going to say it when I say it on here because you never know who's going to. Somebody might have bought one and they'll know what they paid for them. So, but let's just say I make a pretty good margin on it, considering the amount of time it takes to print a bed full. So that comes off there nice and easy. I love this. I love the FlashForge Creator 3. That's the beast right in behind me, right here. It's printing another set of these in black right now. I picked up a second. I bought a second build plate so that I can just have one, take it off, throw the other one on, and get printing again. So it's an IDEX printer. I haven't done a lot of the taken full advantage of the IDEX of the dual heads on it to date. So yeah. So anyways, that's that. So that's a run of 15, and those are already sold. And then the 15 that are on the bed are sold, and another 80 that I have at my office downtown are sold. So going through a lot of these things, but it's good. It's not definitely not a get rich thing, but I figure by the end of the year it'll help pay for a couple of the printers I have. So why not? If you can make a little bit of money with these printers, every little bit helps. Audio is a bit echo, like I have 2 inputs. Let me turn. Oh, you know why? Okay, I know exactly why. Thanks for pointing that out. Mute mic. Is that better? 1, 2, 3. I think that should be better, and I think I know exactly what happened. Yeah, that should sound better. Because I have 2 active sessions going, so I can switch cameras. I had a microphone on for each session, and I think it was picking me up basically on both sessions. Oh, good. Thanks, non-fam. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here to tell me that. Yeah, okay. So on this session, I've got that muted. Okay. That makes sense. That's just me playing around with StreamYard. There's probably a better way to have 2 active windows open. I don't know. When I stream live for a build or something, I use XSplit, and with that one, I can actually set up different cameras much easier. So, but on StreamYard, obviously, I've got to learn a little bit more. So there we go. Okay. You go under here. Okay, so never a dull moment. There's a problem with that print right now. It's not extruding. Let me see what's going on here. Ooh, that is ugly. Whew. I'm guessing it's either the filament or the sheet. I changed sheets, and I changed filament rolls. Wow. Well, almost like the filament broke. I'm going to check and see. I think the filament might have broke. Who's there? Hey, Autodrop. How you doing, Mike? Just hanging out tonight, not doing anything special. I just wanted to, I'm going to switch windows here. That's telling me my mic is muted. This mic's not muted. Yeah, I'm just doing a few things around here, setting up, testing some new lights, and doing some print jobs that I got to get a whole bunch of these guys out for tomorrow. So, but unfortunately, I think I've got an issue with my black filament over here. Let's just have a peek. Yep, filament broke. Broken filament. So I gotta load it again. Okay, let's load. Tools, filament. Load the right extruder. Yeah. I have a bad habit of. Man, I wonder. You guys hear that yelling upstairs? I don't know how sensitive this mic is. I have a habit of leaving filament in the printers, especially in the FlashForge, because it's in an enclosure and it's out of sight, out of mind type thing. So I have a feeling it probably was bent a bit too much too long and just decided to break when I went to print. So anyways, let's clean this little mess off the bed. Okay, we'll give this another go. Now, the one funny thing about this FlashForge, it's when you go to load the filament, you tell it which extruder to load, one or both, and it homes the printer, and then I go up to the printer and it says heating, and the first few times, and it gets me most times, I got to push the button that says heating. It's not telling me it's heating. I have to push it to start the heating, whereas you would think the button might say, I don't know. Anyways, it's just, to me, it's a lost in translation thing. So, yeah. So what you guys all up to tonight? Just kicking back? Yeah. So I think I'm going to get that going. Maybe set up a couple other lights, and then I want to get ready on the weekend. I'm going to probably stream. I haven't decided if I want to do a stream of the Anycubic i3 Mega that I have sitting over here, or the Creality CR6 SE. So I'll eventually do them both, but I want to do one either tomorrow night or Saturday night, depending on who else is streaming. So let's load this up. There we go. We have filament. Done. Okay. Now let's try the print again. There we go. See if that goes any better. It should, now that it has filament feeding. Removing support on a print. That could be fun. Could be fun. Could be not fun. Hopefully it's going easy for you. I learned a lesson one time, depending on the print, and how much support. Wear gloves. Because I think everybody's probably experienced nasty cuts on their hand from removing supports. So, yeah. So let me pull out. Let me cover this up first. Put the cover back on the side of this printer. Open the door. Grab another one of these high quality, cheaply made light stands. Man, one of these days, a breaker's gonna go. Everything in this room has run off one plug, one breaker. So whoever built in this house and did the basement got lazy or something and decided they only needed one plug and one outlet in the basement. So yeah, that's not what I would have done, but I'm not about to pay $600 or $700 in a rental house to run another plug. So there we go. Here's the stand. Let's find the next head, the next bag. Running out of room here. Wow. So they come with little bags for the what you want to call it, the box, I suppose. And then inside that they have the diffuser that goes over the top of the box. So this little guy, throw this on here. Let's get rid of this guy. Okay. Okay. Then we pop this open, and this just clips onto the bulb receptor doomer thingy there. Like my technical terms. Look at that. Then we take. Somebody left. Somebody got bored. Yeah, an investment, not exactly. Not my house, not my monkey, not my circus, but so far, knock on wood, I haven't blown a fuse or a breaker down. A fuse tells you how old I am. I haven't blown a breaker down here yet, but all the lighting, every bit of lighting, including these new lights here, is all LED, so they're not drawing much current at all. I have had 4 printers running down here at the same time, and a TV and lights. No problem so far. No breaker blowing. So I think it's I don't know. Adding these lights again. These are LED. Oh no, these aren't LED. These are what are these? These are, I don't know, whatever these things are called. But again, I don't think these things are going to take too much current. These are 95 watt. 5500K, so 95 watts. Well, I don't think that's a lot, considering what a microwave is 1,000 watts or something. So, fluorescent. Thanks, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, 95 watt fluorescent. So I don't think they're going to draw a lot of power. We'll find out if I turn all 3 on. I was going to. I have a bar fridge at my office that I don't use anymore because the building donated a large fridge to us for the office. So I have a little bar fridge. I thought, I'll bring a bar fridge and throw a bar fridge over beside the TV or something. Because I thought, no, compressor in the fridge kicks in, It's going to draw a lot of drain on the power, draw a lot of amperage, and it's going to break. Definitely trip the breaker if I have too much going. So I said no to the bar fridge. I'll just not be lazy. I'll run upstairs and get a drink whenever I need it. So plus, I mean, that'll prevent this from getting too much bigger. So we have the light. Now we'll throw on the diffuser that came with it. Yeah, these are, they're cheap. They're cheaply made. The stands are not as good as the kind you'd spend like $100 a stand on. But you know what? For what I need them for down here, it's perfect. Throw these corners over. A little bit of Velcro tab up top to hold that on. Over the corner. Another Velcro tab right here. Last corner. I don't know why I'm doing a play-by-play, but what the heck. And Velcro there. And Velcro there. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Let's test it, I suppose. Make sure the light bulb's working. A couple of reviews I read on these said that they came with dead bulbs, but beauty of Amazon is, hey, if I don't want it, I ship it back. Let's hope I don't blow a circuit here. Oh, there we go. That's working. And that bulb will warm up. I guess these fluorescents got to warm up a little bit. But what I like about that is, like, look, that's facing the camera, and it's not harsh. It's not throwing too harsh a light on there. So that's actually doing pretty good. So that's the second one. Number 2. Okie doke. Let's turn that off. We'll set up the third one. And they're featherweight too. This other one I got here, wonder if I can get that camera over that far. Let's just have a look. I want to show you this, although will that mute this mic? I don't think so. If I turn this camera and make it the big screen, hang on. Come on. Yeah, that might work. I can't go wireless on this. But anyways, you know what? I'm not going to bother with this. It'll make everybody sick and dizzy, all two of you. But the other one has a stand and then a boom arm that it came with, and so that boom arm allows me to pull the light sort of over the table. But what I need to do is right now I have a fluorescent or the LED light that I had up there, and beside that LED light was my wow. Where am I going? Why is that going? There's my microphone, and there's my overhead camera and the microphone. And so I want to remove that light so that I can take this light and then with that boom, bring it more over top. And then figure out where to position the other two. If I even need the other two, I don't know, maybe one over here. And I can't really put anything behind me. There's no room unless I hang one to come behind to prevent any shadow. Again, I've got to sort of teach myself all about positioning of lighting to figure out how that's going to work. So, because I ain't no expert at it anymore. I used to be pretty good at it. I had the backdrop and the lights and the backlight, and I used to do a little bit of portrait photography, studio stuff. But got too expensive. And now the iPhone can take probably just as good a picture as the professional camera I had back then, which was Nikon system with the really fast lenses. So, yeah, it's sad to think that a phone can take a better picture than a camera did 10 years ago. Seems quiet out there tonight. I didn't see anybody live streaming. There's one, I don't remember his name. I had not heard of him before, but he's live streaming. He's printing. He's using printers. He's printing. He said he ran out of things to print, so he said, why not print a printer? So he's printing the parts for a Prusa Mini. He's printing all the Prusa Mini parts, and I assume he's going to build the rest of himself. He's got the motors and everything, so it's pretty cool. He's been streaming, I think today is third or second full day. He's been streaming the printers just printing. So, yeah. Man, FDM Lounge is online. FDM Lounge. Okay, I don't know if I know that name. Let's have a peek. I probably, if I'm not following him, I may not see. No, I don't see. No. No, I don't see him showing up on mine, so I'm probably not following him. Chris Warlock. Okay, Chris Warkoki? Chris Warkoki? No, I'm still not seeing him. I've got a button here on my YouTube that says live, so it shows me any live feeds happening. I see there's somebody called Thaddeus Dragonfly BMO unboxing. 3DP. I don't know who that is. I don't recognize the name, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I mean, I don't blame you if you guys go watch somebody else. It's a little more exciting streaming, but hey, I appreciate the hangout here. So it at least doesn't feel like I'm talking to myself. Not yet, anyways. So, these in here. Might need those another time. The last box. So I think this whole set, 3 boxes, 3 stands, the boom arm, the light bulbs. I think the whole thing, like $119 or something. So yeah. And it had like 2,500 reviews. You're here. That's nice, man. That's good. I appreciate it. Yeah, about 2,500 reviews on this thing, and 70. Oh man, this is really tight. 78 or 80% positive reviews. So I thought, I'll give it a shot. I'll take a chance. Couldn't beat the price. But I would say that between the cameras, let's see, because I got 3 cameras. Mind you, I got a couple cameras at the office, but for this studio so far, for me to set it up, I'd say between the cameras, the microphone, the ring lights, or the ring light, these lights, little accessories, I'd probably put $600 or $700 Canadian into the studio. So not bad, but yeah, that sign in the back was no charge. Well, that I purchased that for our business. Gosh, 4 or 5 years ago. Had it hanging in the lobby of our building downtown, and it was good for a year. It was one of those things. I didn't ask for permission. I figured it's better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission. So I just put it in our lobby, and it was there for a good year and a half, almost 2 years. And then we had a new building manager come in for the property and saw it and said, no, it's got to come down. I guess what was happening was we'd have different messages flashing on it. And overnight, because we have security cameras through the whole building, you can imagine, and the security cameras are motion activated. And I guess the flickering of the screen or the switching of the image on the screen was activating the security cameras at night. So when the guys would come in the morning, check the security cameras, there'd be like a false activation of it. So yeah. So there we go. Oh, let's see if I can get him to come see me. Here, come here. This, I want to introduce everybody. Say hi. This is our little boy, Waylon. Oh, come on, Waylon. Don't be shy. This is Waylon. Say hi, Waylon. He's about 9.5 months old now. And I guess you call Waylon a COVID dog, COVID pup. But he is a sweetie. He is. Yeah. So look, Waylon, you're on YouTube Live. Okay, don't embarrass me. Yeah, I know that's my ear. You're on YouTube Live, so wave to the audience. That might get me some more likes. Yeah, it might get me more likes. Because people love puppies and kittens. I think they do, yeah. He's full grown now, and he's just a cutie. He's a good boy. We have a trainer coming in. We're training him. He's doing extremely well. He's a smart dog, so... Anyways, ready? You done? That's your 5 minutes of fame. Okay? I'm going to put you down. There you go. Go about your playing. I'll go about my building. Oh, I didn't add in when I was talking about the cost of building this place. The work benches. These are heavy duty work benches I got from the Home Depot up here, and they were about $260 a piece for these benches. So yeah, I guess it's maybe close to $1,000 investment down here. So, but you know what? It's a hobby I love. I don't golf. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So I figure I'm saving a fair amount of money not doing those things, and I guess the 3D printing is the only real expensive hobby I have. But fortunately, it's we're making a bit of money with it now to help pay for some of it. Okay. May as well test this one before I put the diffuser on. Let's see. Fingers crossed. If that switch is on or off, let's see. Come on. Roll tape. Yay! There we go. Now the diffuser really helps because that staring into the camera is too bright. Man, one thing though, with all the printers and all the stuff setting up down here and all the Amazon deliveries, my goodness, I got a ton of recycling. More recycling than I'd like to deal with, but man, a lot of boxes to recycle. I don't, small printer boxes, well, I didn't keep the Prusa box. I still have the box for this Arion ER20 because I have until January 31st to return it to Amazon should I choose to do that. So I don't know if I will. It's running really well right now. But if I happen to change my mind and say, hey, I want to buy something different, and again, it's a matter of where am I going to put all these things as I open them. I'm going to take some to the office for sure, but you can only have so many printers, and realistically, so if I can return it, I can return it. And no, I don't feel guilty for returning it just because I decide to return it, because Amazon makes more money in an hour than I'll make in a lifetime. So not a big deal, and they'll just turn around and auction it off to somebody, and there we go. And I think I don't believe. Well, I guess it's the company too. It's not necessarily just Amazon that loses. Yeah, that would be nice. It is. Yeah, small income's nice. I think the thing is to find a niche. I was speaking with my business partner in my printing and sign company today, Bruce, and we were talking about, there's a couple different things that I've designed in Fusion 360 and printed. Like somebody drew on a sort of a napkin type thing, a phone holder they wanted just for a desk, not a charging holder, nothing, just a simple plain phone holder. And their intent is to use it for to make a mold out of, and then something to do with acrylic, pouring acrylic mold with rocks and flowers and fossils, blah, blah, blah. So that basically you're finished with a really cool looking clear acrylic with things embedded in it, phone holder for your desk. So I whipped that design up in Fusion 360 and tweaked it up, blah, 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 printed a prototype. And Bruce, my business partner, saw this prototype and said, cool. He says, I need a phone holder for my desk. I printed him one from a Thingiverse file, oh gosh, a year and a half ago. And it was awful back before I knew what I was doing. And so I did one in the Arion silk bronze filament, and it looks beautiful. So I printed myself one, and I have one on my desk at work. So, and I really need one here because I pull my phone out and I end up just leaving it on the desk, and that's just nice to have a little holder for it. So anyways, he said, why don't we put those on our website and sell them? It's coming close to Christmas time. And I said, not a bad idea, but the issue I'm running through my head is I have to create a website. I mean, I have an e-commerce website I'm not using right now and I'm paying for. I could use it, put a few things up, brand it with either our KKP 3D or DeWitt 3D, either or. But then, if I do that website, then I have to market it. I have to tell people about it. I have to make sure everybody sees the web address, put it on Facebook, share it amongst the groups. Or do I just open an Etsy store? Are people going to go to Etsy and search for phone stand? Are people going to go to Etsy and search for maybe, I don't know, COVID key or whatever you want to call this? There's the other things that I've made. This is nothing new. There's dozens of these versions out here. I just happen to have a crap load of them here because I went print happy last year. And these are those little things. I'm not sure about in the States, but when you go to a grocery store here, Walmart, if you want a shopping cart, you got to put loonie or dollar coins. We have them. I think it's quarters down there. Because I don't think you guys use your dollar coins, but we have loonies that we use here. We call them loonies because there's a loon on it, but it's a dollar coin. And so basically, and you put a dollar coin in the cart, you do your shopping, you empty it in your car, and you got to go back and plug in that key to get your dollar back. Well, with these things, this was just, I saw one online. I thought, I want to make a bunch of these, give them to customers, etc. But I don't want to copy somebody's design, so I just sort of tweaked this a little different. Did it in Fusion 360. Very simple to do. Printed a whole schwack load of them, and so that's another thing I could put online and say 50 cents on online or on Etsy. So, anyways, I got a whole bunch of those. So, and then there's these. I don't remember where I got this, but this cool little thing is a switch. Let's do this. This is cool. There we go. It's just it's for carrying a plastic shopping bag. So it's you basically put this through the handle of the shopping bag, and then it doesn't. So the plastic of the shopping bag doesn't dig into your fingers. So it works good too. That's not my design. The one thing I did do on these is change the angle on this a little bit, but other than that, it's not my design. But and again, I've only printed about 10 of these and just given them to family members and stuff, and I keep a few in my car, so when I do go shopping, I can actually carry 5 or 6 bags at a time in this, and they're not digging into my hands. So a few little things like that. Oh, there's my, I've been looking for that. Anybody recognize what this is? Where that would have come from? Whoops. That little shape. And then on the back. Prize for anybody who knows what that is. Mind you, there's only 2 of you on my stream here, so yeah. Anyways, I was looking for that. Leave that out. So, here we go. That was just scrap filament. Do all those things. Man, I got a lot of boxes to take out later. Oof, garbage. So that is, I know everybody gives up. I know everybody probably doesn't give a shit about it, but hey, that is, oops, let me get off this camera now. That's the test print or calibration print for the Mosaic Palette 2. That was my first ever calibration print I did on the Mosaic when I got it. I picked it up about a year and a half ago, and I ran this on the Prusa MK3, which is sitting over, actually you can almost see it right there. No, it's over behind, actually it's behind this light. It's in one of those IKEA cases. Yeah, that's the calibration key tag that you get, the file they send with the Palette Pro 2 for you to print to do the calibration. And that was my first time ever using it, and I was so proud. It came out perfect. I mean, it's the what do you call that tower that prints beside it again? It's the waist tower. It's anyways. It came. It's supposed to come out a certain look if it's calibrated right and it's printing right and it's switching colors right, and it came out perfect. And I was so proud. And I thought I lost this, and I don't recall I threw it in there because that was my very first one ever. So I have the that Palette Pro sitting. Oh gosh, where is it? It's somewhere in here. It's on a shelf over here. But I want to set it. I haven't used it in over a year, and I want to start using it again. But so what I did was Purge Tower. Thanks, non-fan. Purge Tower, exactly. It was a perfect Purge Tower. So I want to start using it again, and so to encourage me to use it again, I picked up the rep box from Repcord. So it's sitting in a box right behind me here. No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. It's sitting in a box right behind me here. So that's going to be one of my live builds. That might be a long one though. I saw. I think his name is Pooch with Repcord. I saw him do a build of his rep box with Joel when Joel did the 11 printers from 11 spools of filament. And it's not a quick build. And he's done them before. So this will be my first time building one. So it might be a long, boring live stream. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. May end up, depending on how long it goes, cutting it off and just, doing whatever. But I want to do one for that, and then I want to do another stream for once I get that built, then a separate stream setting up the Palette Pro 2 again and calibrating it, trying it on one or two different printers, and then I got to figure out where in here I'm going to mount it on the wall, because I want to do sort of what I've seen where you have the Palette Pro 2 below the rep box, so that the rep box is feeding you. Turn the Palette Pro 2 upside down. Filament comes from the rep box into the Palette Pro and then out into the printer. So I just have to find the room to do that. So yeah, that'll be one of my future endeavors. So I got a lot of things lined up that I want to do on here, which is really kind of cool. Life gets in the way sometimes, and because I work a full-time job, there's no way I could ever think of doing this full-time. Although I envy the people that do, but my goodness, they do work hard. I know they work extremely hard at what they do. And it's a challenge because it's not a guaranteed income. Well, really, nothing's a guaranteed income, but yeah. So, but yeah, life gets in the way, and I had intended to do a second build by now, but things happen. I have a fiance / wife, and we have a 4.5-year-old, and things happen. So it is what it is. So I'm just doing the best I can with what I have, and I got a few things coming to me for the new year. I did order the Creality print mill one on the. I was fortunate to be one of the 300 that got in on the flash sale for that. So that's supposed to deliver. Whether it does or not, I don't care. I mean, it takes a little longer. My CR6 SE, which I did on Kickstarter, was a month longer than that I had anticipated that it would take to get, but it's here. And what are you doing there, Waylon? Leave that alone. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. So yeah, the mill printer is supposed. I think it's the mill printer, CR30. I think they're calling it. Naomi's printer is supposed to be here March, delivery in March or something. So they're saying shipping the beginning of March. And my guess is that it's. Were you on the first $300 drop, Mike? Awesome, good, excellent. Because I digress. It should be here hopefully the end of March, but it gets here when it gets here. But again, I want to do a live stream build on that too. Nothing that's never been done before. Yeah, CR30. Before Christmas. Oh, it's nice to know people. But yeah, I was panicking. So I was there waiting and I was refreshing the screen as they were counting down the launch. And my goodness, I've seen Kickstarter launches before, but as soon as this went live, the numbers, you all saw it who were on there, the numbers just started going, and I mean, it's incredible how fast that climbed. They ended up doing over $1 million, I believe, or at least $500,000, but they hit in the first 20 minutes, 400 something $1,000 in Canadian. But I put my order in. You have one coming tomorrow? Okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm going to mute you now. Cool, that's great. Awesome. Great to see what you think about it and how well it goes for you. But yeah, I had it in and I want to sponsor this level, put my information in because I'm a Kickstarter member. I bought a lot of stuff off there and supported a lot of campaigns. And I hit send payment or whatever it was, submit, and it would just spin and spin and spin and come back with some stupid, I don't even remember what it said. I was so pissed off and it was an error. And I thought, shit. So I close it and I hit the button again. I swear I had to hit that button 10 times before it finally said congratulations, and it was like, because there was people at the same time on the stream as I was trying to get through and on the stream saying sold out, like they're all gone, and I'm thinking, shit, I don't want to go to I would have gone to the next level and paid a little more, but I thought this is BS. I mean, but then again, if you think about it, how many thousands of people were on that server, not thousands, okay, hundreds, whatever, trying to get that same deal at the same time. And obviously the servers or whatever it is on the other end that take all the information, I'm sure it all goes to one central server to process the payments. It can only handle so much at a time. But fortunately, obviously I was in the queue or something and I made it. So I was quite happy about that. Yeah, you had to refresh. I think I counted 10 times and it was like, come on. So, and it was good. And then it turns out, even though there was limited to 300 for the flash sale, and I did get the flash sale because I saw the price and it came, congratulations, you've got it at this price, blah, blah, blah. My backer number was 380 something. So how that works, I don't know, unless they actually let a few extras go through. But I figured if you get the flash sale, you're going to be backer 1 to backer 300. But there were a few people that I noticed after had purchased some of the lower levels, which maybe they figured it just wasn't worth the effort. So, yeah. You don't get one at all. Well, don't give up hope. You never know. Maybe somebody will have a contest, and if you enter all these contests, you may win one. You never know. You just never know. So, yeah. I think, I didn't even check to see if this thing's printing properly. Just yapping away too much. Oh, good. Should have leveled the bed on that side better, but it's only 2 of them that are going to be crappy first layers. It's not so bad. So, oh, wow. Okay, so I got my lights all set up. Just have to figure out where I'm going to position them eventually. Man, it's getting crowded down here. Whoa. I need to, I'm going to need to rearrange something, and it's getting really crowded in here, so I want to fire up the Mini again, but I don't know what I want to print. I was having issues with the extruder on the Mini, and I think it was my own fault. it was chewing filament. It was chewing filament, and I don't know what you call it. There's a spring adjustment screw for the extruder. And for some reason, I think I had it too tight. So obviously, I think what it was doing was pushing that little wheel against the. I just actually got an order in today. I ordered some spare parts for the Mini. I had to order some filament. I buy a lot of Prusament, so I thought while I'm ordering the filament, I may as well buy some spare parts for the Mini because you never know. And so I bought. I always overkill. So for instance, I bought 2 of these. This is the. You won an LDO. An LDO2R. That's the resin. That's the Creality resin, isn't it? I think that's the one I just bought. I got back there. I had a nightmare my very first time cleaning the resin printer, so I haven't touched it. I shied away from it for a bit. Well, that's cool. And filament a couple days ago. And both from the Creality streams. Cool. Very cool. I haven't entered any of the Creality stream contests. I've just done some of these live stream ones where I didn't win anything. Well, I did win one thing in Dan's. I'm not going to say I didn't. I did win one thing. Well, I think that's because there were so very few Canadians entered, and it was a Canadian-only prize. But I haven't won anything else other than that. So, yeah, whatever. So this is the. I think this is. I don't know whatever the specific name is. I'm not technically inclined like some of these other YouTubers, but this little gear. Whoops! Come on. This little gear that goes in the extruder of the Mini. So where the filament comes up here, and this is the gear that drives off of the gear from the stepper motor, and then the filament runs through this. So anyways, this guy here, where's my little pointer? This guy right here is clogged all the way around with filament a couple times. So I stripped the extruder apart, took a brush to this, next to impossible because it was so clogged. So I had to take actually a pin, like a needle almost, and just go in and gear by gear by gear by gear in there, pull all the filament out, put it back in, did the extruder all up to what I thought was proper, and it happened again. So I thought, what the heck is going on? So I think what happened was there's a you won't be able to see it too easily, but there's an adjustment screw on this thing right down just in behind there where the Bowden tube goes in. That little screw is attached to a spring, and basically that spring is then going in it. That's what puts the tension on the pulley that pulls the filament in towards that drive gear, towards that feed gear. And so I had that tightened in too tight, I think. So, and I think that was causing the pressure on the filament basically just to grind the filament around that thing, and the extrusion was terrible. So do I have the first Benchy that I did with it? Yeah. So I had the gold filament in, and I was actually surprised how well this one turned out considering. So outside looks like not a bad, again, this is on the Mini. Oops, focus here. Anyways, outside on this, it's not a bad looking Benchy overall. But if you look inside at the bottom, can I get this in the right light so you can see it? Right in there. Come on, focus. You can see where, focus, there's a lot of under extrusion going on right in there. And on the top too. This thing's being a bastard here. So anyways, so there's a lot of under extrusion happening in there. And then I tried another print, and again, under extrusion and failing. I'm actually surprised this thing finished as nice as it did. Anyways, after that, I took apart the extruder again, and sure enough, the gold filament had started wrapping around that extruder gear, and so I had to take the pin again and clean it out. So I thought, what the heck am I doing wrong? So I went onto the site. They had nothing. I couldn't find anything about how to properly adjust that spring tension. So I just thought, think about it, grow brain. Obviously, your filament's grinding, so it's being pushed into that wheel too hard. But I couldn't picture how that spring tightening the way they've designed this extruder. I wasn't sure. Okay, because some of these things you tighten the spring and it loosens the gap, and you open the spring and it tightens the gap. I think the Anycubic's that way. So, anyways, turns out when there's no filament loaded in this, that screw is actually loose and you can wiggle it. But as soon as filament goes in, it basically activates the pressure in there and it tightens it up. So I loosened that screw right off and just put it in a couple turns. And then I ran another Benchy last night. And this guy, I ran this one in the Prusa Galaxy Black. Man, I wonder why this camera's not focusing. Well, I think it's got dirt. Hang on. I bet that was a good sight. And this Benchy, let's get this focused. This Benchy turned out, come on. I don't like that at all. This does not want to focus. Come on. That's what I get for using these cheap cameras. Anyways, this Benchy turned out beautiful. Off the printer just like that. No overhangs or perfect overhangs. That stack looks ideal. I had a little bit of issue right there on the first layer. Don't know what happened there, but otherwise, and even in on the bottom where the other one was under extruding, in the light here, yeah, that one looks really good. Anyway, so I think that was the problem, but why it started in the first place, I don't know, because actually I've not touched that extruder since I got the printer from Prusa. So, but again, those are the things that I'm sure that some of those other guys out there, hey, Maker Viking, how you doing tonight? Yeah, all those other experts out there, probably all you guys and all those other guys on the YouTube channels, they could have told me immediately, boom, this is what it is. This is what you got to adjust. I'm still learning some of these things. So, hey, you know what? I figured it out. And I think that's the way I learn best is, you make mistakes, you have things go wrong, and you take the time and the patience and learn it. So, yeah, that's that. So I want to print something else on this guy. I just don't know what really. I should be printing more of these things on both of these printers that are sitting on the desk here, but there, I don't need that camera on anymore. There we go. Yeah. What time are we at here? 9 o'clock. Oh my goodness, time flies. Anyways, yeah, so I bought these spare extruder gears, whatever you want to call them. So I thought, what the heck, while I'm buying it and paying shipping. 5:10 a.m. Oh my goodness. Almost time. I'm up at that time of the morning getting ready to go to work. Bought a spare cooling fan. Bought a spare parts cooling fan for it. And I bought some lubricant. Can come in handy. And I bought a heat brake for the Mini, and I bought a heat block for the Mini, and that little piece of Bowden tube with the couplers on the end. So yeah, just because you're speaking a couple bucks for a part here, I'm paying shipping anyways. Why not get them rather than when oh crap, I need a new heat block for the Mini, buy it and pay a $3 part and pay $15 shipping? Nah. So this all came in with a filament. So you just never know. And they were really nice enough too. I mean, big deal, but throw me in a whole bag of zip ties, no charge. So I love their zip ties. They're cheap. They're better than the ones I buy at the dollar store. So. That's that. that's my mini accessory case. So what else is new and exciting with you guys tonight? Not much going on here. Got those keys printing in the back. Man, I feel like I should get something printing on these two, but I just feel so lazy tonight. Gosh. It's a shame to have them sitting here, perfectly good printers, not printing anything. But so just wanted to get some streaming time in, and still thinking about Dan and his situation. I hope everything's going fine with him. It's the type of case you don't necessarily want to reach out and message him because he's got a lot on his mind. So I'm sure we'll all hear some news tomorrow. Hopefully good news. So I need to wire up. I have not an issue, but I've told my wife and child that, you know, if I'm down here and I'm broadcasting live, please kind of don't make any noise if you come down, or, you know. So I thought, how can I let them know? So I just got to grab something. I have this little light. Oh gosh, I would say 10 years ago, at least back when I bought a Logitech mouse, and the box had it was a little fancy box for the mouse, had a blinking red light on it to display, I don't know, to show off the mouse or something. And so I thought, oh, that's cool. So I ripped the LED out of the box. And I've had this sticking up on the bulletin board at my desk probably at least 10 years now. And every once in a while I flip new batteries in to keep it going. And it becomes a conversation. So yeah, speaking of my battery case, I think I got enough batteries to get through Christmas this year, I hope. So that's pretty cool. And why I'm 3D printing other battery cases, I don't know, but they're cool. But anyways, so, whoops. So my plan is so when I throw some batteries in this guy, it's just gonna, I don't know if you can see that, it's just gonna continuously blink. And it's actually brighter in person than it's showing up on the camera. But it's going to just blink and blink and blink. There we go. Nice bright red light. Yeah, it's not doing it justice on the camera. So what I'm going to do, I've decided, is I'm going to take some wire, long piece of wire from here right up somewhere outside the door, and strategically, hopefully, run this wire down here. I'm going to put a switch on this, throw a couple batteries in, and then when I'm down here, I'm just going to have a switch over here that I can flick a switch, and this light will start blinking red. And I will take this battery case. Yeah, this is just the one that came with it. It's pretty cool. I have a couple other ones too. But yeah, and then I'll flick the switch and I'll say to them, hey, if this red light is blinking, that's right outside the door, that means I'm live. So I don't know whether it'll work. I was going to buy one of those signs that said live on air, but stupid expensive for what they are. So that's one project I'll work on, which is kind of fun. I'm not big into electronics, but I like tinkering into electronics. Started with I started tinkering with electronics a while ago. I have a project that I'm still working on, that I've been working on for a couple of years. Oh, the big case full of batteries. Oh, of course. That's a Amazon thing. So yeah. It holds a lot of batteries, and it cost me a fair bit at Costco and batteries to fill it. But I started tinkering with electronics. So I'm a scuba dive instructor as well. I haven't done that in a while. The shop I was working out of closed down recently, so I haven't taught in a while. I went out and helped teach about a month ago, but I think the next time I'm going to go out is for ice diving. We do ice diving in the winter here, so probably February or March I'll go out and help out with ice diving. Hopefully. Anyways, but I also inspect scuba tanks. So they have inspection lights that you can get for scuba tanks that have UV. Is that what black light is? UV on one side, and then basically white light on the other side. And the idea is you stick them in the tank. So when you're looking in the tank, inspecting it, you have the light to light up, and then you need the UV because when you're inspecting tanks that are used for oxygen or that have any oxygen content, like for a nitrox mix, you have to look out for phosphorus and anything that glows, which is a phosphorus glow, which is going to be dirt in the tank that's got to be cleaned out because there's pure oxygen going in them first sometimes. So anyway, so my first dip into electronics was to design the ones you buy online were like $300, and they had a flimsy handle, and they had a plug. You had to plug them in, and they were just really bulky and awkward to carry around. So I decided to try my hand at designing it. Now, these are just a couple prototypes I did, but they work pretty good. This one's on a switch, so you switch it one way, and you've got the white light. You switch it the other way. I don't know if you can see that. And you've got the ultraviolet. So white light this way, and then you switch this the other way, you get ultraviolet. So it's a dual light, so you'd stick that down the neck of the tank and light. But what I found afterwards, should have done a little more investigating, is that this tube, this PETG tube, is too thick here. So when it's in the neck of the tank, you can't really see by it. So I've got to come up with a way to make this thinner at the same time having the same amount of light. So I need to have that thinner up through this area. So I'm going to work on that. But this was cool because there's electronics in here, including, well, what kind of batteries are those? God, it's been a while. But it's those rechargeable batteries, the same kinds that are used in drones. Oh man, it's just escaping me. So, and then this is meant for a short tank, a stubby tank. And then this is meant for the standard 80-liter aluminum tanks. And this one here, I just tried a little different. I put a couple buttons. So you push the button for the black light, and you push the button for the white light. And it just, either one comes on, rather than having a switch that you could accidentally leave on and off. So my intention is to put a little battery meter on here too. I wanted to figure out how to put a charging port on here so that I could just plug this in, as opposed to having to open all these screws, take the battery out and plug the battery in a charger. Lithium polymer batteries, that's what's in them. LiPo batteries. And I mean, these LiPo batteries, I think these are 4,500 milliamps or something. I mean, that's going to take a lot of this to burn one of those batteries down before it needs charging. So, but anyways, all this was done before I got into 3D printing. And so now one of my projects in the honey-do jar, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, to-do list, is to design a better handle and a better system for getting into the neck of the tank. A handle that can handle all the electronics, possibly have a charging port, etc. But I'm not really all that good as far as electronics go, and how to wire a charging port, how to wire a battery meter, etc. It was a challenge enough for me just to be able to wire this so I could have this, a switch for the black light and a switch for the white light. So to me, that was a victory on its own, especially the soldering part, because I can't remember the last time I soldered anything, but it all worked. But anyways, those are the prototypes before I got into 3D printing. And now that I'm into 3D printing, and now that I'm into using Fusion 360, I think the possibilities are endless, and I know I can come up with something that's going to make that work. But it's just a matter of finding the time to do it. So, yeah. Back here with you. But that's the fun thing about life, is you never stop learning, and you're never too old to start learning. So I figured, man, am I too old to get into diving? And I started diving 5.5 years ago, and now I'm an instructor with about 400 dives under my belt. So you're never too old to do anything in life. Getting into 3D printing, I never thought I'd be able to take apart one of these things, take apart the extruder, figure out how it works, take apart a hot end, rebuild it, et cetera, understand it. But hey, it is what it is. If if you have a passion for something, there should be nothing that can stop you from pursuing that passion. So that's my philosophy. So, well, guys, I've rambled on here enough. I appreciate. I think non-fam, you're still here. Probably Maker Viking. Not sure if Mike's still here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It sure beats talking to myself, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out. But I think I need to call it a night, relax a little, watch one of my recorded TV shows. I think I got a Walking Dead to watch. Beyond Walking Dead, Beyond. I forget what it's called, but I record 2 of those shows. So I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, you have a good evening too, non-fam. Thanks for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. You're my #1 fan so far. You're on most of my streams. So, and I really do appreciate it because, man, I think I sound boring to myself, but hey, it'll get better. And just keep an eye out. I'll be doing those other builds. I'm hoping to build one of those printers on the weekend. I don't know which one. I'll decide. Depends what mood I'm in. So thanks a lot. Okay, take care, Maker Viking. Appreciate it. Take care. Get some sleep. Get some rest, and we'll catch everybody later. This is DeWitt Tim. Do what I'm thinking, and do what it takes. And listen, we'll talk to you guys later. Everybody have a wonderful night, and I appreciate you hanging out. Tell your friends to come and like and subscribe my channel, and I'll try not to be so boring next time. We'll try and get some exciting streams going. So thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful night. See you, Shane. I just saw you log in there. I'm just going to drop off here now, but drop in on my next stream on the weekend if you get a chance and you see it. Take care.